Greetings and salutations, humans. This is Froggy and Friends, and we are playing Conan. Where we left off last time. Well, number one, Andros, which is Jeff. We'll just make this a little bit bigger for now. There we go. Okay. A few sessions back, Andros was drawn to look at the statue of Ishtar, and he saw things, and it led him out of the catacombs to we don't know where. But we'll get back to that. Now, Neil's characters, Conan, got some armor, a mighty powerful mace. They dispatched the mighty Ghoul King. They also saved Satabas, and then brought him back to his city, finding out that he doesn't have an army anymore. So you've got 1-2 weeks before you think it's gonna be overran. So we had Chris's character and Nikki's character. They decided to go with Satabas, Neferet, and Amunet to Stygia, along with all the people that wanted to go and kind of keep them protected. So we're going to kind of start up right where that happened. They're leaving the city, Coran, and you kind of wanted to make the city accursed, make it so others would be, if they did attack, they would regret it with everything. And Ragnar did not want to go to Stygia. So he's kind of just staying with you. So what? So just kind of think about what you're doing to the city. We kind of talked about you taking the those that were in the dungeons and stuff like that, using them as sacrifices. Just kind of doing a reminder. Or do you want to kind of skip ahead a few months or a year ahead? Like, what have you done to the city?
Oh Lord. I like the idea of using the ones in the dungeon, to raise them up as a reminder. I would imagine at some point I would have, again, within the realms of what I can do, but I would imagine lots of horrors, lots of undead.
Okay. Would you actually? Well, undead. You don't have that spell.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But you do have summon horrors, and you know how to do a shadow, and you do,
Yep.
and you can call the ghouls in. You could have made a trip with Ragnar and brought the ghouls from that city.
I like to imagine I would have, set them up there.
Okay.
If I'm making this into a cursed city, I want anybody who's coming to cause trouble. Like I want violence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you have like a massive caravan of these things following you at night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I would imagine like a preacher at his black mass leading all these terrible things into their new home.
Okay. So Ragnar's like walking next to you, kind of uncomfortably, but he's along for the ride.
And I imagine in all of his uncomfort and with all the things that are going on around, just Corin is nonchalantly just offering like, "Hey, dude, I got snacks. Like, here's some chips. Got some,
Okay.
got some candy from back home.
Okay.
If you want to try a piece.
Okay. So
It's my fault.
do you stay in the city for like because they'd take care of you. The
Yeah,
okay. So
at least
how
while we figure out what we're doing.
well like you if you so the city itself does have a bazaar in the center. It does have some catacombs and stuff like that in the dungeon, but it's not a whole bunch because this is a newer city.
Yeah.
By newer, like maybe 50, 60 years old. Um, and so Satabas actually gained this city by warfare. He was a general prince that took over this city and it became his.
Okay.
That's actually why Stygia wanted to have an agreement with him because of his warring prowess. Um, so, uh, so you've got so this is a ghoul city and it's got shadows in all the dark places. Um,
Yeah, it does.
do you do anything to the walls? Do you modify the city at all? Do you? Um,
Yeah, so I would like to one, I would like to adorn it with any bones we could find.
okay.
Um, Obviously, as many eyeballs as possible because I want to know I'm watching.
Is that like your symbol?
Yeah, it real. I would imagine it is the symbol is an eyeball with a gaping maw with jagged teeth around it, like the eyeballs in the center of the
Okay.
maw. Like I'm
Okay.
watching you, and as soon as you get close, I'm eating you. I'm consuming. With all of my power.
Okay.
That's so sticking rad.
Oh, bro, like I want tapestries woven from whatever hair we can find hanging down.
Okay.
As just in remember. Do this in remembrance of me.
Okay. So this is like a city of nightmare. So and this doesn't
Yes.
take you super long time because all these creatures are like doing this for you. So like it's slightly askew. Everything is slightly not right. So when you're looking at it, you're and and the bones that they find, there's some dry ones, but there's a lot of fresher
Oh,
ones.
so got some ink on the bone.
Yeah, pink, some red. They uh, so you were thinking you had about 3 weeks, but it's been 4 months now,
Oh,
6. You're just in this, and it's getting ghouls from farther in the mountains have heard tale in the dreams and nightmares of those that are near them to come here because they're welcome.
yes. Come, my children.
Yep. And
Feast upon the crackers and candy I have laid out.
and so this it the at night you don't hear the howling of the wind, but the howling of the ghouls from for miles around, echoing in the mountains. Um, no messengers have come to this city in that amount of time, and you're guessing it's probably because of your children.
I would
Um,
imagine.
yep. Uh,
Yeah.
and and about this time, uh, it's high noon, 6 months after everything kind of started, and you're feeling very secure in your city, and
Okay.
you hear the chittering in your halls because you're I'm guessing you'd be set up in the throne room,
Yeah.
so you're hearing the strange communication of your ghouls that someone's walking into the city.
Hey, Ragnar, let's go take a look. Somebody's coming.
And so
I imagine he sticks close by me.
yeah, he does, and he's always like in his war paint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's do this.
and you go out on the edge of the parapet, and you're looking down, and it's Argos.
Holy crap, man! You remember that dude?
And he's walking, holding the idol. And
Oh, bro, he's still got
yep. And he looks super dusty.
that. I imagine sunburned in
Yep.
the worst possible ways. Cracked lips. Okay, all right.
Yep. So you get closer to him, and underneath his eyes are super like swollen, but he has the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah, he does.
Yep. So what do you do?
Okay. Well,
Oh, and as he's walking up, his belt is still on, but his sword and his sheath are dragging like 2 feet behind him because the belt has kind of undone itself. So like the sheath is partially kind of worn from the dragging. Just so you can kind of get the image.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I imagine at this moment, I would look at Ragnar. Hey, we should go do something about this. Well, let's start heading that way. Don't worry, I'll send the honor guard, the welcome committee, and we'll just go meet up with you. And I think I would send a couple ghouls, not shadows. Those dudes like they got some stuff with them. We need to let them kind of chill out.
Yeah.
But I'll send some ghouls over there to snatch the idol.
Okay.
I think I'd have him snatch the idol, but in the process, in case there's any type of backlash, I want them all like, because he's obviously in a daze, I want him to grab, 2 on each arm and 2 on each leg and just kind of hold him out.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here.
Oh my gosh.
And then as we walk up, I want him to just be like, hey, Argos, bro, where have you been, man?
Andros.
Like, I don't even recognize any of this is going on.
Okay. Let's do. I'd usually tell you to do a sorcery, but I'm going to have you do a command because you've been with these ghouls for a while. Okay.
Okay. Is that just rolling the same thing? Rolling my Oh wait, no, never mind. It's down here. I got it.
Yeah, it's under personality.
I see that. Whew. Can I spend a momentum?
We don't have any momentum, but you've got.
Okay.
You can give me some. You can give me some doom.
Take some doom.
Okay.
Because I want Argos alive.
Yeah, I hope.
Okay. So
First time he gets ripped up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's 2 successes and 1 failure.
2 successes and 1 failure. Okay. So your ghouls, like they've covered themselves in old cloth or tapestries or like a hide, and they're crawling out trying to keep to the shadows, but Andros walks to the center of the bazaar and is holding this idol of Ishtar up to the sky, staring up, and like ants, when they're circling in that death march, you're seeing your ghouls kind of start circling, and then they grasp his arms rapidly, and one runs up and jumps, and his cloth comes flying off, and the dust and the just skin particles that he's probably just have on him fly off as he grabs at the idol. If you could roll an athletics, Andros, to see if you can can hold on to it.
What we call that skin particles? More like ghoul dander?
Or ghoul glitter.
Oh yeah, I like that.
A single success. Sunburned and malnourished.
Yep.
There's no way.
Yep.
Andros is holding on to that.
And it gets ripped from your grasp, and the ghoul starts running off. Where do you want him to bring the idol?
I wanted to take it to the deepest, darkest vault we have in this city, and I wanted to really put it in there, lock it away, chain it up. I want like boulders put in place and the nastiest thing we have to guard that vault. But I want like 5 of them.
Okay, well, it's running and it starts slowing down as it's walking.
Okay, so I guess we better send another goal in. Okay, so do I need to roll command up have like a line of these dudes like just like a relay race but passing the baton?
Well, you could have a ghouls grab him and bring him.
Hey, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Put him in there with him.
Yeah. Okay. So they do that now. Andros, you're longingly reaching towards the idol, and you're just starting to collapse in the arms of these
Yes.
horrible smelling, terrifying creatures. Roll me a discipline for me, if you could, please.
Oh, there's no way I'm gonna pass this in the city of demons. Oh. Never mind. I got 2 successes.
Okay, you're shaking loose, and you're seeing their jagged teeth. Some of them look like they have teeth that are needles. Other ones like they've got shark teeth or just broken human teeth, and they're like. And as Conan is walking up to you in full plate armor, in like very skull motif, and Ragnar's walking next to him, and Ragnar has white paint kind of down his face. Just they're walking up to you, and you're being kind of held. The ghouls are sniffing you, but you've come to for the first time in 6 months.
Okay, so I'm not like wanting it back.
You.
It's not like Golem right now.
I just wanted you to see that your friends were there. You succeeded on your discipline. Yeah. You glance over as that one ghoul is being pulled away, and you don't see the idol, you see Ishtar reaching out to you. And you hear in you hear clearly, "My love, don't leave me."
Okay, so Andros like parts of his sunburned skin like getting clawed off, and like this guy's already scarred up just from but anyway, he sees Coran and sees Ragnar and goes, "No, please, I must have her back."
No, it's fine.
No, Coran and Ragnar, please help me.
I am helping. First off, have some water, and a water skin.
Yeah.
You know, here you are, dude. You've been out in the desert a hot minute. You look rough. Okay. You may have some sand fleas on you. We're gonna have to pick those out. All right, I've got some guys for it, but I need you to just focus in right here. You know, forget she is gone, dude. Okay. It's you know how women can get sometimes. Like she's playing you for a fool right now, bro. So chill out. It's all.
Oh boy. Let's see here.
Quote unquote. I really don't believe this, everybody.
I mean,
women are nice people.
Yeah. Okay. So
we are not our characters.
No, we are not our characters. I'm definitely not my characters. All the world. Okay. So.
Gosh.
Now, Andros, you're getting flooded with the memories of taking the longest, most wonderful walk with the woman you love, the goddess Ishtar herself. And as you were walking, the desert underneath your feet was sprouting flowers. It was a meadow. And she was sustaining you with her love.
Gosh, Coran, I need her. I will die.
I'm just gonna squirt water in his face.
Okay.
At this moment.
All right.
Squirt some water and give him a good.
All right. I'm not gonna even have you roll hitting someone that's been this somehow he's alive after 6 months. So you know something supernatural was happening, but he passes out
Right on.
from a slap.
Right. Hey guys, go bring him to the guest room and let's go ahead and just tie him down to the bed. It's fine. Let's do that. We'll get some food ready later.
So you're now.
All right, Ronnie, I hear you, bro. Like, none of your business. I like your tempo.
And so like they're one of them has him over his shoulder and he's crawling on the walls. The walls have been gouged with their nails, and they're like climbing halfway on the wall, and like one of them is like holding onto his ankle as he's climbing on the ceiling, kind of like an ape swinging.
Nice.
But Andros, you're dreaming of that time of laying on the soft moss in what had to have been the most beautiful oasis you'd ever seen. The sun was going up and then going down. It was just a continuous spinning of things. And the stars were spinning, and all you could see and smell was her. Her smile, her eyes always gazing at you with absolute love and adoration. That's the dream you're having.
Dang.
Yep.
So, like, real talk.
Yep.
I guess we're serious at the moment. Is there something I can roll to figure out how to help this dude out? Would rolling a sorcery help that?
Yeah, it would pretty much be a sorcery. Or you could do a lore, but it would be most likely a sorcery.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the sorcery on that one. I rolled a 6 and a natural 1.
Nice.
Okay, so that would be 3 successes. With those successes, you've got 2 things possibly going on. Number one that runs through your head, that idol was hardcore cursed. Whoever did it was doing a great job. Or number 2, he took a flippin' idol of Ishtar, and she's actually talking to him and having fun getting her idol back to where she wants it. You've got 2 things. Yeah.
So basically, logically, if we bring the idol back, put it in its spot, he's probably gonna be all right.
Yeah, and it was the city, if you remember, he stole it from.
Okay, so all
The
right.
key word in that sense was if.
Yeah, if.
I'm gonna start reaching back out or whatever telepathy or like, hey, Electric Ronnie, come here. I need you to contact Steve. Bring him, the one holding it. Get him out of the vault. Let's bring it back to the place where we got it. Okay? Hey, you know, Carl, come over here. Oh, get you. Bring your cousin too. Yeah, I see him over there. Timothy. Oh, my bad, Timothy. Come here. Y'all bring him over. Go put that idol back where we got it. All right, dude. Like and then let's go ahead and bar that place. Do all the stuff I told you to do there. Do it over there. Got it? Everybody good?
Okay, they.
Not loud screeches.
Yeah, they. And so they go to, like, you hear a loud ruckus, and it kind of rouses you, Andros. Roll an observation for me, Andros.
All right. Single success.
Single success? Okay. You hear the distinct sound of the large doors of the Temple of Ishtar opening and closing. And you're tied down, and you've got these ghouls in your room, like in the shadows. So you're seeing the light reflecting off their eyes as they're blinking. And then you're looking up, and there's like one like crawling on the ceiling, keeping an eye on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then like part of the darkness itself looks like it's moving in your room.
okay. Yeah, Andrews is gonna wake up and like
Scream.
stare everything down and just like close his eyes. Just be like, it's all a dream.
Instant PTSD.
Oh yeah,
Instant.
yeah,
Just psychological trauma.
yeah. Just again and again and again. So you're taken care of, and it's really awkward being fed by creatures. They're like bringing you cooked meat that they're sniffing and they're like, ah, and like shoving it into your face for you to eat, and like they're almost waterboarding you to try to get you to drink because you're still tied down.
I imagine there's the ghouls, kind of really coarse, screechy version of, like, bring the hanger for the airplane.
Yep. Totally.
Got some in made outfits, color outfits, just handling business, bro.
Oh, this is awesome and terrifying all at the same time. Okay, so
What is this fever dream?
Yep. And you get nursed back to health, but whenever you sleep, you always remember all those times. You are released from the bed. It is your decision if you try to go back to the temple to see that again. I'm going to leave that up to you, but it has been barred, and there's boulders in front of the doors. Yeah.
Okay. Do you need to know now?
No, not right now. I don't need to. I'm just kind of letting you know. So it's taken like 3 weeks for you to be kind of nursed back to health because you're going in and out of consciousness. And in that time, you've heard human screams. Coran, those were scouts that your ghouls had found, or the shadow had brought. When a shadow brings someone, it's really terrifying because they're being dragged through the desert by a shadow.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, and then the shadow kind of brings them up the side of a wall and just kind of holds them down. And you, in your head, you're kind of hearing just kind of gravel being ground between your hands because you still don't necessarily understand what they're saying, but you get the gist of it. I found somebody, and so you've heard those screams. They're on pikes outside the city. They've been gnawed on by some of the ghouls. This looks like the worse than the castle of Badmorda. Like just the whole. There's vultures that circle but never land because they don't want to be eaten by your minions. Snakes have left the area. Rats are not around because they're being eaten. So Andros, you're
the best pest control ever.
Yes, the best. This, like, but you as the only 3 regular humans in this city are running low on regular food.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go take care of that because, gotta be honest, I don't know that I trust them to go get food for us.
No.
I mean, I could trust them to like rub your feet, man. Get your shoulders, work the knots out. Carrying food, there's gotta be honest. I'm sure there's some form of disease or scurvy floating around this place, and we don't want that.
Yeah. So like the 3 of you are like in a room, like in the throne room. You've had the ghouls kind of leave, and you usually have your meetings at night because that's when the ghouls are all moving, and that's the safest time because you can keep an eye on them. But you don't just have like 12, 30. You don't know how many ghouls or shadows are here.
Like, honestly, I know I act kind of chill about this, but like, this is terrifying, right? Like, I feel like any day now they're just gonna like just rise up and revolt. Like I feel like I'm it's tenuous at best.
And Andros, you're
I
you're
don't
hearing
think we're
this.
capable.
I don't know how much sleep Andros has gotten after coming to. Um,
Not a whole bunch. There's a couple nights where he's probably like has his head against the temple, like just slowly like thudding it against it, or like scratching just a finger. At the
Okay.
brickwork.
okay. So, so what are you guys going to just kind of set out one day, or
Yeah, I think so. Because now, for me at least, I think that would be my idea. Tell me what your thoughts are, Jeff. But I also would think I would see if there's anything useful or any money we can get them to bring us that they find within the city.
all the all of Satabas's coin was taken to them in their caravan. Um,
Okay.
the the homes, a lot of them were emptied. All the people left and either went to Stygia or went to different areas because they all thought this place was going to get ransacked. But
Yeah, I know where some gold is at.
you do know where some gold is at. There's, but what happened is when the ghouls all started kind of flooding in, word spread that something bad happened here. That this was a bad place, and word spread fast because people were disappearing if they were going that way.
Okay. So yeah, Ragnar, Argos, this kind of got away from me. I'm not gonna lie. Um, we should probably just leave, like Irish goodbye this thing. Um, what do y'all think?
I would be willing to part ways with this hellscape.
All right,
There is something that we
Ragnar,
need to. There is something we need to take before we leave.
we're not grabbing the idol. I gotta be honest with you. It's not gonna happen, bro. Like when we found you, like you were missing pieces, like little chunks of pieces. I'm not
I was
gonna
always
lie.
like that. I've been like that since the name.
But I remember, like, this was only a few months ago, man. I think, like, you hadn't drank water in a while. It's amazing you were still alive. So, like,
I didn't need to drink.
look, like, I need to bring Electric Ronnie back in here and just have him, like, he just shadow you everywhere you go. Like, we gotta get going, man. It is not healthy. This is an intervention.
Okay. Okay.
I promise. Like, I have your best interest at heart. I promise you that.
Both of you do feel that that idol will not be messed with ever again unless um, your horde is told otherwise.
Right? We're going to keep it safe. I have it locked away in a safe place just for you. The idol belongs to you, but we have to leave it here. This is this I. You know, I'm kind of looking out at the movement. Mm, we should.
Yeah, because it's
We
like the
should-
trolls from Willow crawling on the walls at night, and you're hearing that. And then like you're hearing a random scream in the far distance. You're guessing a hunting party found some poor travelers that are being brought here.
Like, dude,
You know, on
I heard
second,
that.
you're right. I detest this place.
Right? Like, I thought this would be like paradise, but I've heard that every night for the last 6 months, dude. Like, I've had enough of it.
I don't know how you're not as bad as me.
Well, we're gonna have to have a campfire chat someday. Like, I've seen some things, experienced some stuff. We should go.
Okay. So the next morning, you guys can set out, um, and there are cities nearby, and the ghouls have, because they've been um, feeding on people, there is a good supply of coin. So you have more than enough. It's actually difficult for you to actually put it onto your horses.
Right on.
The horses are absolutely terrified. They have been for quite a while. They are excited
I'm
to
sure.
leave.
What have the horses been eating?
Oh, there was more than enough hay because this was a city, so like there's
Okay.
grains and stuff like that. The ghouls don't like the grain; they prefer like carcasses and stuff like that. So they weren't eating any of the grain, and so when the ghoul children that Coran was telling to go feed the horses, so some of the horses like have like some scratches on them. Um, they're just not the most happy animals.
That's fair.
Yep.
I can agree with that. Um, so, how about that goal? How about how much you think?
Uh, you've got like enough. Um, you feel that you could almost like Andros. You feel you could get a boat if you really wanted to.
That's a lot
I'd
of
be
gold.
down.
And Koran, you feel this is a good start if you wanted to make a tower.
How about a tower by the sea? And Androids, you get your boat. We've got a base of operations.
I like the way you're thinking. And
So-
underneath the tower is a cave filled with water to dock the boat.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've got man.
Yeah.
And Ragnar's like, um, okay. Uh,
Ragnar, is there anything you've ever wanted? We have the capabilities.
What do you dream of at night, Ragnar? Like, tell me your wildest dreams, sir. Let's dig into who Ragnar is.
I want my axe back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your axe. Should we go get his axe?
Well, where is his axe?
No one knows.
Oh, we should just send out some of the ghouls. That solves everyone's problems.
Do you have anything that smells like your axe?
I don't have anything that smells like her anymore. No.
Oh. I was a long shot. I know that. Do you have any? What leads do you have toward finding your axe?
No, it was taken when all my other things were taken, but someone took that somewhere else. It was a gift for me. Do you think you could send one of your things to find it?
I think that's a possibility. Let's see here.
A shadow definitely could.
Yeah. I'm checking real quick just to see. So I have one that I can bid a shadow to speak and offer counsel.
Yeah.
Hearing it causes three mental damage.
Yeah, so you'd be getting damaged from
Three
it,
D6.
just talking to you.
Yeah. But we could risk that to find out where the axe is. So we can send a shadow ahead.
Okay.
I could take some time, do the summoning, get things together, and see what we could do to move forward with that. That's an option. Other options still, I can start a tower, you can get your boat, and we, again, base of operations, then go start making our way toward finding said axe.
Mm-hmm. So you are like almost in the center of Hyboria.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you started heading, if you head westward, like southwestward, you could get to Argos. You could go to Shem. And then if you keep going, if you went slightly north, you can go to Zingara. Um,
I mean, I'm from Zingara,
mm-hmm.
and if I remember correctly, that is a coastal type
Mm-hmm.
area, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Well, what say you, Jeff, or Argos?
Um, that sounds like a good enough idea to me. Uh, um, I'm from Argos, but I've never seen where you're from.
I mean, it's pretty plain. It's a, you know, definitely less of a hellscape. We have some great ice cream, man. Uh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
I mean, we could. My master disappeared. Failed summoning was a whole thing, dude. Like it got real. People got a little sketchy, but you know, it's all right. It's all.
Uh-huh.
Now, Jeff, Coran is wearing that armor that I sent in the group text.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's pretty rad. I was imagining something like Shao Kahn, but this is also intimidating.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got a whole vibe to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you just you're heading to Argos or Zingara? You're muted, Neil.
Can't hear me?
Now I can. Now I can. Yeah. It just went out for a second.
No worries.
Okay.
Do you have anything? Would you like any reason you'd like to go to Argos other than you live there, or I'm open to possibilities.
No. The man who I hate might be there, but you know, he'll probably be alive for a little bit.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
let's head to Zingara.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. So you start on the long trek to Zingara. You have multiple mini adventures along the way that we could come back to. But a lot of it was you making sure that people don't take the hoard of gold that you have. For the first few weeks, you felt like you were being followed. But then when it was far enough away, there's just this weight off of all of your shoulders. Now we can do some carousing rolls.
All right.
Yay!
Y'all enjoying yourselves?
I am.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, and I like the idea of having the run of a City of the Dead for a little while.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was wild. What even?
That's a Tuesday in my mind.
My Tuesday is back, and your Tuesday.
uh, I love it. I just imagine, that character just very nonchalant, sitting on whatever rickety, nightmarish throne they made for him, how they adorned it, and just like, in a perfect world in my mind, there would be ghouls just behind, like rubbing his temples, like, it's okay, you are worthy, you have friends, people love you, but it's all just.
Yep.
It's like, oh, dude, thank you so much. You really lift me up. It's I just imagine this whole thing.
Yep.
More skulls for the skull throne.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. We do need more skulls.
Okay, so if everyone could, each of you could roll me 2d20 and add the numbers together. Now let me know what the numbers are.
Wow.
What do you got?
I got a
24?
25.
Oh, 25. Okay.
And I got 4.
Okay.
That's like the third natural one I've rolled tonight.
That's right. Okay, so you all are really close to getting to the border of Zingara, and there's this town, and it is just in an uproar. There's music in the streets. There's like multiple traveling minstrels that have come into town and are playing their music. So everything's going to be a little bit more expensive because the inns are pretty crowded. If each of you could roll me a d6 and let me know what the number is.
6.
Okay.
2.
2? Alright. Like right now, gold really doesn't bother you guys at all. So we're not going to be... Like, you have, like, over 100 some pounds of... Like, you have a person weight in gold each. So, Corinne, you're talking to some of these minstrels, and it just kind of slips out that you started that city.
Okay. Had a few too many drinks. Got it.
Yep. But each of your renown goes up by 1 now, because your names are going to be spread throughout the land.
Right on. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna mark a 1 right there.
Yep, because you were at 0.
Yes, sir.
So, so there's definitely people that are acting differently. Some are terrified of you, then others are just like totally sloshed coming up to you and like, "It was amazing." And then there's these creepy songs that are being sung, and they're like, now we have names for it. And so they're singing of this city, and now your name is being sung as the what would you be called? Like the Emperor of the Ghouls, the Ghoul King. What do you think?
I would say the Shadow King.
The Shadow King?
That has a nice cliche but strong vibes.
Okay,
Like
right, just right on your character sheet. That's kind of like an alias that just Shadow King.
Definitely a first edition Dungeons and Dragons end boss.
Yep.
absolutely, like, and you got to say the whole thing. It's like a Tribe Called Quest, but like the whole like the Shadow King. Like it's
Yes.
hey,
Yeah.
Mister the Shadow King.
Okay. Okay. Now, during this time, Andros, you're sitting in the corner. You're hearing these songs. And you're just like, that is really off-putting, because you thought you were away from that city, but now it's just. Um, but as you're kind of zoning out, there's a woman walking in the back of the tavern, and she walks behind someone for a second, and then it turns into Ishtar, and then turns back into that woman when she passes by. And during that time, you're feeling something rummaging to your left side. Someone's trying to pick your pocket. What do you do?
Pick their pocket back. No, I'm gonna stop them and say you gotta be quicker than that.
Uh, uh, I'm so sorry. And the whole room starts kind of paying attention to this because you were with the Shadow King.
Uh, okay, I'm gonna spin a tail.
You're gonna what? Okay,
I'm
bring
gonna
it.
spin a tail because it so seems like Andros to just make something up.
All right,
And
do
I'm
it.
gonna go. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
Who?
Dang it. Sorry. I am Andros, the thief in the night. I am he who stole the very presence of Ishtar from her temple. I am the thief who listens to the Shadow King. As he whispers, I hear. It's impossible to steal from me, child.
Roll a persuade as a mental attack.
Okay.
Can I help him? Can I help him? Like, because I imagine it's kind of dim.
Yep.
There's a fire going. Like, can I just like make some shadow puppets behind him to kind
Oh,
of
that's
help him?
Oh gosh, that's terrifying. It's with the flavor. Yes, we'll say that you just kind of do like a few parlor tricks doing that. So you can roll an additional. If you could roll a d20 for me, Coran.
Okay. 3.
Okay, so that would be a success.
And I've got 2 successes as well.
3. This guy, you hear him. He pees himself. And he's like, I'm so sorry. And he starts emptying his pockets and giving things to you. He's just like, there was a dead mouse that was in his pocket, and there's this crooked dagger that's been bent. It looked like he tried to break into a place and just bent his dagger. He's like, I'm so sorry. And then he's looking at the Shadow King, and he's backing up, and he bumps into Ragnar, who is standing behind him. He just starts running out.
Oh,
And
don't even mess with him. He's worse than me.
And so the days that you all decide to stay here for a few days because of the party, and the minstrels are singing songs of the what was the name that you gave yourself, that the thief in the shadow,
Yes, the thief in the night.
the thief in the knife. Okay. So you're hearing songs of this, and then so it's about 3 days after these incidences, because that was all the first night that all happened. So the town has been kind of treating you differently. They're not. They would be asking more money, but they're scared. It's the Shadow King, and the Thief in the Night, and then whatever Ragnar is, because you haven't specified what he is. So, but he's always with you guys. But then you're guessing the town fool starts following you and like being kind of like a town crier. That's the Shadow King and the Thief in the Night. And Ragnar turns and face palms him, lifts him up, and slams his whole body into the ground. I don't. He kills him with that. He rolled too good. I'm not going to take that from him. So he just lifts him up above his head and just full body weight slams him, and his melon explodes like a overripe watermelon all over the ground. And there's people that scream and run for a second, and he just kind of cleans his hand off and just kind of glares at some people. If you had any injuries during this time, they're all healed up, because that would be all the time of carousing.
Okay.
My resolve resets, correct?
Yes. Okay. Now, Jeff, you weren't with, but you did do some pretty cool role playing. I'll give you 200 experience that you can actually spend compared to the. That was like 500 I gave, pretty much.
Very nice.
Wait, no, there was 300. So that was 450 I gave the last time.
Yeah.
So if there's things that you guys want to buy for talents or anything like that, you can do that. But you all make it to Zingara, to one of the large cities, and Conan, your tower is starting to be built, and Andros, you've commissioned the modifications of a fine vessel.
Right on.
Ooh, well, I definitely know what has to be the what you call it, where
The sculpture in the front?
the stereotypical, like, put a mermaid right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
I just want on my tower banners, and like instead of gargoyles, I want just statues of like the gaping maw with the eyeball in the center of it.
Oh, it's a pure nightmare.
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing like Saruman's tower, but black. Like you've brought in black stone from somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
I dig it.
Well, cool. Trying to think if there's anything else. Well, Corinne, you could you could have summoned a shadow to go find Ragnar's axe, and it could have just come back. And I'll just say that it didn't do the damage to you, like it did, but and we can start up our next session with that conversation. I wasn't really thinking it would be a super long session anyway, so because of like it's carousing.
Yeah.
So you have all that experience. Do you want to go through what you want to spend on it, or do you want to think about it first?
I think I want to think about it because
Okay.
if I'm being honest with you, I'm looking at it now and I'm just now figuring out how it works. I know I'm terrible.
Oh, it's okay. It is okay. And so I'll think about what to do with Ragnar's experience as well. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'll just stop the stream now, and alrighty. So see you guys next time.